Well, Miss Steady G, first video on the new setup. We got these new chairs, looking slick, you know.
Oh yeah, feels good. It's like a hug.
Yeah,
A hug.
had to get my brother right here. Like, man, like
It's been a hot minute, bro.
it's been a minute. Like this guy right here. I remember when we first started linking up. I got him on a show that I was running, but I remember like this is maybe like a couple times after we talked, and he was like, "Yo, you're doing this AGTV thing." He's like, "Why don't you just come out to Hamilton? You can you can crash on my couch. I'll introduce you to a whole bunch of different artists."
Yeah, home away from home. It's your second home, bro. It was your second home.
Yeah, and that right there led to like a whole snowball effect of like me working with tons of different people. So before we start this, I just want to say thank you because like you're a big part of what Eddie GTV is today.
Mad respect to you, brother. You were holding me down on the shows all the time. You taping my sets, coming like we were doing mad shows back. I used to be so cool back then. Remember how cool I was, Eddie?
Yo,
used to be like show every weekend, but now.
Yo, people used to be like, yo, and people used to come up to us like we're cool. And now people are like, yo, remember when those guys were hot? Remember when those guys were killing it?
Back when I was a young boy.
I remember like I like when they're like when people say, yo, you're killing it. I don't like hearing like, yo, I remember when you were killing it.
Yeah, no,
I'm
getting older now. I can barely remember when we were killing it. That's the problem. I had to write this shit down. That's why I need these videos. So you mean so I keep it. It's like helping my Alzheimer's.
So yo, like I know like what kind of music were you listening to before like hip hop existed?
Before there, I don't even know. Actually, honestly, before when I was a young boy, I used to listen to it was like rock and roll. I mean, there was like
okay,
or like I guess it was heavy metal, light metal. Like I remember rocking my Twisted Sister T-shirts or my Motley Crue back in the day. But then that's when then the Beastie Boys came out, Fat Boys. Vintage shit.
Like I know like hip hop like started in New York, but like when did like Rappers Delight like how old are you when Rappers Delight started reaching Canada?
I was probably like I was like 7 or 8, I think, when I first started hearing that. When I first heard it, that doesn't mean that's when it for sure came, but I would say I was around 7 when I started hearing the hip hop music. And then it was definitely different, and I was like, this is alright. I still like rock though, like like I play drums and shit, but yeah, definitely that's when I first started hearing it. And then I remember the really biggest hit that made me feel like hip hop was the Backbone Slide Maestro back then, bro. I remember playing street hockey. Car, we gotta move the nets.
Classic.
Like, yo, back me is like, so yeah.
Yo, you're gonna like look at me like
single digits.
You're gonna look at me like you're like, damn, like you got into hip hop then. Like, you know who was the hottest thing when I started getting into hip hop?
6ix9ine?
No. Yeah.
Do I want to guess?
Do you guess?
I'm gonna say you're like. Is it Biggie or like that? Or are you before that? Right?
A little bit after.
Oh shit! I don't even know who you're gonna say now.
The biggest thing when I first got into hip hop, especially for like my school, DMX.
Oh shit! Okay, DMX is actually hopefully DMX is making a comeback.
Yeah.
That's what's supposed to be happening. But DMX was.
I love to see that. You know, I love to see that because I think the first 4 albums are like incredible. A lot of people put the first 3, but I think the Great Depression was still like another great album.
I feel like DMX is he was holding down the level of hip hop. Like he's very unique as an artist. That's why I was like,
sure.
Like from the voice to I feel like from Slippin', like these songs you feel it when he spits it, right? And that's what I feel is lacking nowadays. And it drives me crazy.
Yeah, his passion was like there like I know like some people like look at like lyrical things. He wasn't really that lyrical, but just the passion of like
it was coming from here.
And his delivery was like unmatched, right? All right, so let's talk about this tin life.
Oh, that's the only life, bro. Blood, sweat, and tin. Like I got
blood, sweat, and tin.
I got the cuts on my hands, but I got the money in my pocket, so too. Bro.
So how'd you get into this? Like, how'd you get into like the tin life?
Well, honestly, this back when I was a young boy. Back when I first holy shit, I probably would have been about 11 or something like around there. And my mom, she was single, doing her thing, whatever. And she had some guy she was seeing. And this guy showed up at my house one day, and he's like wearing this Ultramar, I think, as uniform from work. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, because he looked like he was professional to me. I mean, I was like,
yeah.
So I asked him, and he's like, oh, I do heating and air conditioning. And he's like, when you get older, he's like, that's something, something you should get into, because when you're older, everything's gonna have it. The malls are gonna have it. The schools are gonna have it. I'm like, what? Because back in the day when I was young, not everybody didn't have AC. It wasn't so hot like that.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's like unsafe to not have an AC in places. Like people start passing out, right? So,
right.
So then that's
almost like your house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I keep it. Everybody calls it Cuba. Right?
Oh yeah. It's bad. Like I probably like.
Oh, it's nice.
Since I haven't been over so much, I probably started gaining some of this weight back. Cause like I probably lost quite a bit of weight.
When I get out of the shower, it just blow dries me. Like my bathroom is so hot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's how I like it.
For sure.
So then what happened is that stuck in my head for years and years.
Yeah.
And then I worked at Tamarack and did my thing. And then when I left there is actually when I moved to Brantford. And then I was just starting to look for a job. And I was like, man, like I'm in Tamarack, I drove a large forklift, a stacker. I did all this stuff. And then I come up trying to find a new job. And I realized like I have no qualifications technically on.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to get a ticket. And then that's when I remember this guy. I was like, oh, I should look in heat and air conditioning. So what I did is I just picked up the phone book and I started looking for heating and air conditioning companies, and I just started calling them all individually, like, hi, my name's Ross, I'm trying to get into an apprenticeship, are you guys offering? They'd be like, no, sorry, blah blah blah. So then eventually the one girl says to me, sorry, no, we're not, but I know that Cliff Walsh is offering sheet metal apprenticeships. So I'm like, okay. And I called him up, and he's like, hey, you guys offering apprenticeships? And he's like, well, actually, I just lost an apprentice and I'm looking for a guy. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'm like, can I come up for an interview? And that day I remember to this day, it was a super bad snowstorm. And he's like, okay, yeah, you can come up for an interview, but just wait till Monday. He says, bad out today. And I said, no. I said, if I work, I got to come today. Like, I mean, if the weather's shit, I got to come to work. I said, so I'll come today if you're available. So he says, okay, you know what? Okay, come. So then I went for my interview, and then that's where it started, bud. 10 life. That's it now. 15 years.
See, like the little gem there you said? Like the little gem there you said it was a bad day out. And like a lot of people, like, and here he offered for you to come another day.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have just went the other day.
No, I had to show him I wanted it, right?
The gem is right there of like saying, hey, you know, I want it now.
I agree. That's I felt like I didn't want to give up the opportunity too, right? I thought, what happens if we pick somebody else calls tomorrow morning or something?
So like what were the first things you were doing like when you got in there to earn the apprenticeship?
I remember my first actual task. I remember that also too. I came and I had to do some caulking. There was a bunch of they made some curbs, like a curb adapter, and I had to come and I had to caulk them all up and that. And I knew how to caulk because I did a little bit of concrete between Tamarack and then starting this. I did a little bit of construction. It was what made me really realize I didn't want to be in a factory all the time. So then I had to do a caulking job, and then after that, I basically worked with the guy who owned the company, Cliff, all the time. I was with him. We doing a lot of kitchen exhaust. I went straight, just threw me right into it. I was going commercial industrial sheet metal. So I'm like hanging ductwork. I'm up in the lifts all of a sudden, the skyjacks, the zoom booms. So right away it was just challenging, and it was always something new. And then I see an unlimited potential for me to grow, where I wasn't going to feel complacent. And I was working towards my ticket. Yeah. So that's when.
So how long did it take to get your ticket?
Yeah, your apprenticeship is generally 5 years, 9,000 hours. So you get 1,800 hours a year towards your apprenticeship, and then you do 3 levels of school during that 5 years.
1,800, is that just like a regular like 40-hour?
Yeah. Well,
so if you do overtime, you could get it.
They don't count though.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter. You could that's what the thing is. With the company I work now, we work lots of hours, but the apprentice, they still only from this date to this date. Doesn't matter if you work 3,000 hours, you're only getting counted for. Yeah. Whereas before. That's what I've been told anyways. Whereas before, you could try to get through your apprenticeship quicker, but there's I heard that they changed all that shit with this college of trades. It's a lot more government stuff now. Okay. But so basically, you're 1,800 hours a year, 5 years, and then you have to do 3 levels of school at Mohawk College. I did it at for 8 weeks at a time. And that was the worst thing I hated was the school. That was the hardest part for me is going to the school. Yeah. Playing I was like, oh my God, I used to skip so much school. And they're like, if you miss 3 days, you're gonna fucking. I missed 21 days my first year, so I didn't pass my first year in my basic. But that's because I had life going on when I did my apprenticeship. I owned a house in Brantford and I had a girlfriend. And it was definitely different, but it was all worth it in the end now because now that I have my ticket,
now you have your ticket, and
now I'm a man in demand finally, right?
Okay, so like what like what you said you go up in the skyjacks, like is that how you get up, like so I just in the skyjacks, or is there other things like?
No, I do zoom booms, or sometimes we're scaffolding. There's even last summer actually caught my buddies.
Zoom booms, those ones where like you're in like kind of like a little box and
you're in a little cage and it's like
yeah, okay.
But so you have your controls right there and you're just up. It's pretty fun actually, but unless you're on unstable ground, then it can get pretty shaky. But whatever.
I've been on skyjacks before.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
Well, doesn't your machine you drive kind of goes up and down too, doesn't it? The one you drive at work.
I stay on the ground.
Oh, okay. I thought I seen some of them where they actually it goes up too, and then you go walk right onto the and back off. I didn't know.
I'm just I stand in the same spot.
You stay grounded. You stay grounded. It's good. You stay grounded.
Yeah.
It's safer that way, and stuff could just fall on you. Then I guess.
Yeah. Like the other day, like I was at work and I had to grab something from a higher level, and the skid was broken. And I could see like the one part of it was like pretty sharp, and I was like I was lifting it up so carefully because like I didn't want to like shake it a lot because I didn't want that like stick to fucking come down and
if you look at it, it's definitely gonna come right at your face.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, what's he looking at? Oh yeah, bang, right?
Exactly,
right in the eyeball, and you'll just watch it go.
I was like, man, I'm like, I need that skid. Skid's broken a little bit. I'm like, if I shake it too much, that piece is gonna fall off and.
But hey, that's the risk you take. You know what I mean? You're out there in the war field and you're making it happen.
Out there in the war field. I need to make that check. You know, I need to make that shit happen.
You got to risk your life sometimes.
Yeah,
that's what you do. That's what you do. Yeah.
But yeah,
it makes it worth it, Eddie. You made it through the story. You lived.
Okay, so what are some of the places like? Yeah, you said like you do the malls. You do like
all industrial commercials.
Commercial.
So I do like a lot of hospitals, some schools, a lot of like car factories. Like this year I was doing one out in Milton where they're actually going to be pressing parts for the new Ford Ranger. So I had to do all the ductwork. It's like a big addition they do onto their factory, and then I go in and basically what happens is my company gets the job, and then they give me the prints, and then they say how many guys you need or whatever, and then I got to go in and measure all my stuff up and. That's where the challenge comes in. Like sometimes, like planning ahead and organizing everything, and there's always issues. If anybody's in construction, you guys know the engineers now just pass everything to us. Like it says on my print, to be confirmed by constructor, and they make so everything I'm liable. Like if I go there and there's a wall in the middle of where they said they're not, and I don't see it, like until like I get to that section, they'll be like, "Oh, why didn't you see that wall? Like why didn't you see the fucking wall?" But like you're the one who's got the ring and making all this money, but. So it's that's where the challenge comes. That's why it's always something different. I'm not doing the same thing every day. It's always, even though I'm always doing ductwork in general, but some days I might be venting like a boiler. Next days I might be doing a paint booth, the exhaust paint booth, and then I might be in an MRI room doing the exhaust. So
yeah, you need something that switches up. Like a lot of my job is very repetitive, but like to just stare and stand on a line and be that repetitive, I could never handle that. Like you need something like you need to like your mind needs to like actually like turn on every once in a while, right?
I'll never forget when I was doing Toyota out in the Woodstock, and when building it when it was being built.
Yeah.
And then when it was winding down, we were still there doing like a bunch of the final stuff, and then I seen all the like they were getting the workers to start working, and then I seen like these guys that's just got a ratchet hanging there, and they go like jet, and then they let it hang there and wait for the next car. And, oh jet. I'm like holy fuck! I'd be like jet. Like, I can't do
right, yeah.
So much respect to the guys that do that because it does have to be done, but that's where I'm not good at because I'm very, I don't know, it's like if I was a kid today, I'd be ADHD or something. Maybe give me some kind of pills because I can't just sit there all day and I make people crazy or myself crazy.
For sure. So like, I remember like last time we were talking like the love you have for your truck. I just want to know.
My wife. You gotta love your wife. Gotta love your wife.
You guys are married now? You guys confirmed? You had the wedding? How come I wasn't invited to the wedding?
Bro, you know what we did is we went and we
you eloped?
Yes, exactly. We did a road trip.
Yeah.
It was just me and her. After I bought her the new shoes and everything, she was like, and I couldn't resist. I had to do it. I had to make me a pure man.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
So like, you guys talk about having children?
Little Colorados or Chevy Canyons. Like I no, I'm definitely. I'm not looking to have any babies of any sort.
Okay.
But she holds me down, my wifey.
But yeah, it's like is this like, do you feel like this is like the one you've been waiting for your whole life?
Oh, this is my soulmate. Absolutely, is my soulmate. Yeah. Oh man,
Was it like love at first sight?
Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, I even bought her at the Ford dealership, and I was looking at Fords, and because I didn't think I could afford the GMC one, and then when he took me up to the front, I was like, oh my god, yeah, I want this truck right here.
Yeah.
Then he took me for a ride, and then it was like, I heard the music in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Was other trucks you were like kind of like ooh like, or like it was like
they were just trucks, Eddie. They were just trucks.
Yeah.
They were just trucks. They weren't my truck.
So when you seen yours, you were like, boom.
I was like, that's my truck right there. Sophia Sierra. That's
Sophia.
Sophia Sierra. Yeah, that's her name.
Okay. We just had a little cut in, but okay. So, how do you live with the heat up so high?
How do I live?
Like
the question.
Hold on. I to explain to the people. So I've literally been there with other people. Maybe there's like 4 of us in the room. Burns is sitting there with a sweater on, and literally like the rest of us are like dying, like wiping like sweat off our like foreheads every couple of minutes, like, and he's sitting there in a sweater on and just talking normal, and like
it's comfy.
Eventually, somebody breaks down and says, "Hey, Burns, can we just hit the heat like down for like just a little tiny bit?"
Bro,
and
my name's mR.Burns. It gotta be Burns all the time. It's burning. It's hot everywhere I go. I just bring the heat, baby. I don't know. I love the heat. Why you have to have the heat so low is the question, Eddie. Why have it so high? Why everybody else got it so low? I can
like literally, like literally, I've been at your house. I could probably like go wring my shirt out. Like just like.
Well, this is the thing though, is that my windows is very breezy. My house gets cold and chilly, you know. So I just like to stay warm. But maybe I'm turning the heat up when you get there to try to get you out of your shirt, Eddie. Maybe I'm like, hey.
Oh, okay.
Cranking that heat up. You're like, it's so hot here, mR.Burns. I gotta take my shirt off. Maybe that's part of my. I don't know, but I've always been like that. People have always said it to me. I'm the same in the car, so don't ride with me if you don't like it hot.
Okay, so what's going on with new music, new shows?
New music, new shows. I have both in the works.
Do you?
I do. I have. I've been working with my homie Governor. Shout out to Governor. We're doing working on a couple tracks. Actually, I just dropped that. I just seen it came out of my memories. The half dozen. A year ago, I just dropped. That was my 6th project. Actually, 6 tracks, and I kind of just put it out there, and I didn't do nothing with it because I just been so. It's 10 life, bro. It's 24/7 like that, and it's not 10 times. It's not part time. It's full time, baby. Like when I ain't working.
Do you dream like about 10? About
10 man, life? I just get I get fiending for right. I just gotta have my fix. My galv levels get low. I gotta go just touch it. I gotta feel it. I don't like wearing gloves either. I go raw. I go raw.
Yeah, you go raw.
You gotta go raw.
You go raw. Shout out to the No Condom podcast. We go raw too.
That's how you gotta do it, bro. I'm a hands-on kind of guy. The scars that tell the stories, you know.
Okay. So yeah, when you're on Facebook, is it possible to scroll past cleavage, nice cleavage, and not hit the like?
For me, myself,
I have a hard time.
If I see some nice cleavage, it's not even, I'm not being perverted. It's a respect thing, Eddie. You know what I mean? I'm like, I appreciate that cleavage. So I'm like, you know what? That's it might even be a great angle. It might just be great lighting. But if I appreciate it, I got to have a click on that because who doesn't love cleavage? Right. If you go past the cleavage and don't like.
Sometimes I don't like it, but I'll comment with the eyes.
Oh. See, that might be on that might be going to the perverse side of it. Not that
all I'm saying is that
I'm
see you
protesting that. You see, yeah, I know.
It's
they want to be seen, Eddie. You don't post the cleavage to not be seen, right? They want to be seen.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying is I see you.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. That's what they want.
Because there's like all those other reactions, and like I just want to be different, right?
Yeah, you gotta stand out.
I gotta stand out. So I gotta like let them know, like I see you.
And I'd like to see more of you.
And when more people start commenting in the eyes, then I'll figure out something else.
So if they start copying a style, you're gonna switch up on them.
Yeah, because I'm a revolutionary one in the.
You know what you need is the eyes with the glasses, because you're the Eddie Jizzle. That's what you need, a custom Eddie Jizzle. I see you. Oh.
Or I should just make a gift of myself saying I see you.
Well, that's.
And then just have it in the gift thing.
That gift is the priceless gift that keeps giving.
Right.
They get Eddie G in their inbox with the. I was just gonna say wearing a ribbon, but right? It's all good, but yeah, that's yeah.
So like
I appreciate cleavage overall, absolutely.
Yeah, so
you have to.
So it's not possible to go past.
I don't think so. It's you almost want to throw the heart at it sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Or the bow.
The bow, you throw the bow at it. Yeah.
No, the woe.
Oh, the woe. Yeah.
Like the whoa.
Oh man, yeah. There's many options, but you know what the thing is now you got to watch. I almost enjoy just looking at the comments, but some of these guys are just
it's like it's hilarious. Like some the thirst.
Yeah, the thirst is real. It's like
my
favorite emoji has a straw.
My favorite part though of that is when other girls comment and they're talking about the thirst in the comment thread, and the other guys are still putting thirst. And then there's like the girls' comments of like, look at these thirsty motherfuckers. Like, some of those are my favorite comments.
I agree with you, but don't get it twisted, because some of those girls, they're just jealous because
of course
nobody's taking a sip of their glass. Because I see these girls out here talk about, oh, these guys are so thirsty, but they're serving up a tall draft with like it's like frosty around it, and they'd be like, look at this, and then you like it, they'd be like, whoa, don't be thirsty. Like, do you see it? That's a big draft beer,
right?
Like, you don't get a draft beer, you got to expect the thirst if you're gonna be putting out that.
And like I think the biggest thirst trap is food.
I love food.
Yeah, when girls post food, that's a thirst trap right there. What you know?
I appreciate.
I eat food, I'm gonna be thirsty, right? Yeah, I need the food with the drink, right?
I agree.
Hey?
It's hand in hand.
When they post the food, it's like, come on. Like, how am I not supposed to like that? Right? Especially, like, the plate looks fucking fire. Like,
I appreciate the plate if they prepared the plate.
Right.
I don't know about this all like, oh, look at me, I'm at the keg. Like, yeah, sure, I can look at that at the keg too. That's not impressing me. You got a baseball stick? That looks good, but you just like... You just had $27, or somebody went to get when I see these girls post up, and it's like
you can tell the type of plates, and you can tell like the tables that like when it's those, and I can usually tell when it looks like that's not somebody's home.
Yeah, well, some of these girls, they prep it up real nice, and they're at home, and they say like, oh, this is my homemade, and then that's when I'm like, that's fire. I repeat, oh man, jeez, but like, because I can go buy my own keg.
Definitely. So what do you think about how things are with the streaming services now? Like how people consume music now. Like a lot of people aren't buying it. They're just paying for a streaming service.
I think it makes it harder to be like to make any kind of revenue off your music.
Like the amount of money that
because for you, like I'm hearing like I didn't even got my Spotify up because I just I'm been slacking on that stuff, but I heard you need like 15,000 plays a month or something to even get paid anything like all this stuff, or to get any kind of
to get like numbers, it's like whatever that amount is for like $1. Like it's
for
like
$1.
Yeah. But I think overall it's bad. I think the only good thing about it is
the exposure.
Well, I'd say there's two good things about it: like the exposure and like the kind of like the playlist. People can make playlists, and then your shit gets hit. Like
Okay. So it stays in their rotation.
It stays in the rotation more, right? And you're getting new fans. See before, and actually another point. I keep on coming up with points for this. So another good point is that back in the day, like somebody, if they heard of you, but they weren't really sure if they really wanted to like go that far to purchase the CD.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would just hear the one song and then they would just kind of forget about you, right? Now, if they're already paying for the streaming service, and they hear something that they like from you, and they can go to your stuff and check it out, it doesn't cost them extra to check out you.
And they could already check me out on YouTube for free, though.
Right, but if they're just on, if there's a person that just listens to Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal or whatever like that,
yeah,
and they go through the playlist or they go through the playlist, like before, like back in the day, if you see somebody's music video on a thing, you'd be like, okay, I kind of like that, but you'd have to purchase the CD
to get the video.
To hear the rest of the album, right? Now like the playlist is kind of like how the videos were back in the day. You that's how you hear new things. So now if you hear that person's stuff on there, now you can go check it out and it's no extra cost.
See, I think there's pros and cons to everything, like in a sense of, now, so as an artist, say for example, if I put my stuff on Spotify, it can just go wherever and I have no control over it no more. Yeah. Like whereas before, if you were selling the hard copies, you were actually touching base. So like if I sold you a hard copy, you're gonna be way more intent to listen to my hard copy than if you just happen to see me on Spotify, right?
Right.
So, but like I feel like with
there's the pros and the cons of it. Yes.
Yeah, like I feel like these things may give you more opportunities for exposure and that, but I feel like it makes it harder to maybe stand out or be more successful but let's just be honest, nowadays everybody's doing it, right? Like even because it's so easy to just do it, right?
But here's another thing too, like so Drake, he's coming up on his 10-year anniversary of his first mixtape, and now they're putting his first mixtape on the streaming services now.
Okay.
And him being such a big artist, like he can almost chart now off his old stuff, just because it's new to the streaming services right now.
I guess like when you're on that level, because then he's gonna make more money off it, right?
I just seen today, Eminem's first album was never on streaming services, and now 20 years later, now they're putting it back 20. It's been 20 years now, so they're putting it on streaming services now. So I bet you that's going to chart this week.
And it has new songs. I heard it has some new songs.
Okay.
It's even like 30 tracks altogether or something.
They put in, like, yeah, it was
some unreleased shit on there. Like
there was like something like 18 or 17 on the first one, whatever.
But then still though, honestly, like that's Eminem and Drake. Yeah. Like these are the guys who are the biggest in the game. That's like for us, like me or Eddie G or the other guys like Spotify. It's I don't know. Like
like sometimes like your old stuff. Everybody always says, "Oh, check out my new stuff. Check out my new stuff." I'm like, no, I'm like, check out my catalog.
Well, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
I was over at Toxic's the other day, and he was showing me about that because he's trying to get me on the Spotify. And he's like, "Bro, check this out, Layla." Yeah. And he's like, "Look, check out Rand. Here's 9 albums from Rand. I haven't seen this album before. Like, it could be almost like your vault, your go-to. So, like, if I was to die tomorrow." Anybody who wants to hear my music could go to Spotify and be like, "Oh, if Burns has something, it's gonna be here." So like that is like that. I definitely like all the like that way of it and that. But as for I feel what I don't like about it is all these guys think that they're gonna get on Spotify and start making money and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, like it's
the amount of money you make on it." Yeah, the exposure is more like you said, but the amount of money like is very low for like them. And like YouTube is like the lowest.
Well, yeah, because. It's fading out. I watch YouTube actually every day, but
it's not fading out because like more people are probably checking the stuff on there.
Okay.
Right. Because it's free, right? You have to pay for the other ones, but Tidal pays the most to artists.
So is that part of the whole TuneCore thing? Like you buy that TuneCore, and that's part of it too, right? You buy the whole Spotify package. That's what they're telling me. Gotta go get your TuneCore.
Yeah, it's like I don't know exactly TuneCore, and then you can put it on. I think TuneCore, and then you can put it on iTunes. You can put it on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, the whole.
I don't know. I gotta get back on the like. I feel like there is definitely.
I like the idea of one thing I was thinking of if I ever did put out new music or whatever like that. I'd put it maybe just on iTunes, so then you got to buy the album.
I would never do iTunes just because I hate Apple. I ain't fucking with that shit. I'm not about Apple, and I don't know. I know it's like But this is a podcast. Probably goes on Apple too, right?
No, we don't. We're not on Apple.
Okay, but like I know like a lot of stuff goes through Apple now, but I'm just not into Apple or anything, Mac, anything. So I'm not concerned about having my songs on iTunes.
But as far as like the platforms, all of them are streaming services except for like when iTunes is like the only way of digitally buying it right now. Like it's the only.
I thought you could buy it off Spotify too. You can't buy people's music off the Spotify?
No.
See, that shows you how much I paid, because I'm not even into that shit. To me, what I like about the music...
It might be a very new thing, very new, if it is, but I don't think it, from what I knew before.
I guess it all goes back to your whole question about the Spotify thing and this. I guess it all goes back to me being, like, for me to be... I don't rap because I want to try to be famous or make money off it. I rap because I actually love to rap, and I love performing, and I would much rather... be able to touch everybody, like meet everybody. That's like, if they're like, oh, your shit, like I think your music's dope. Like that to me is worth more than 15,000 things. I'm gonna get $1. Like, honestly, like everybody thinks that they're gonna be a rapper and gonna be famous now, but like most of you guys, like you ain't gonna make it, man. Like there's so much to it. You got to be marketable. Your music's got to, and then at the end of the day, if you make it, you're just signed. Somebody else owns you.
And what happens is you get these guys that like hanging out. They're all rappers, and there's like. Maybe like 10 of them, but they're all trying to be rappers. If they really sat down on that crew and looked at, okay, maybe these two people should be rappers. These people should be video guys. These people should be managers.
I agree exactly. I 100% agree with you. That's why there's like a D12 and like a G unit. That's why these things are so successful, is because. It's like I see.
Yeah, it wasn't just like the front guy. It's like
that's not the most important thing. Is you know what I mean? It takes the whole team, because everybody wants to be the guy up front with the mic, but then who's doing all the back shit? Like nobody.
Exactly.
So then you're not gonna nobody's gonna get to the front mic with the mic now, because everybody wants to be that, but nobody wants to, but that's the mentality of people nowadays. I guess everybody always wants to be the best, but you gotta know your place. Like, Wayne Gretzky wasn't Wayne Gretzky without Yari Curry and Messier, like all these other guys that back him up. He would never been the, And everybody who's great has like the team around them. Like that's what you have to have. And you're right. Nobody wants to be a team. Everybody wants to be individual.
The best move that I ever made in this whole entertainment thing was starting at EGTV.
Because you make so many contacts, and that's the reason, or why?
It changed everything. Because when I was just putting out music and that's the only thing I was doing, everybody I was meeting were cool on a thing. We would say hi to each other, but like a lot of rappers don't like other rappers. You know it, right?
Oh, I know that.
You know this.
Studio,
and when I started doing interviews, and like it was instantly a different vibe when I walked into like the hip hop shows, because how things were, and like be like, oh yeah, that's the guy that's performing at this time or whatever, and they'd be like, okay, they come up and talk to you for a second or whatever. But when I started doing interviews, it was like everybody just wanted to talk to me. It was like, it was like I was not competition anymore.
That's exactly the word. I'm just sitting here the whole time waiting to tell you, say that word, because that's what it all comes down to. And that's
and then like so many, like in my biggest fan base right now, people that check out my stuff is rappers.
But that's because they're checking out the competition and stuff. Some other guys, they want to be like, oh man, if I did a video, it'd be way better than that with that AG. But honestly, I appreciate the competition edge of it. And like you said, with me having my studio, I see it. Like I'll be there recording somebody, and they'll look on the wall and see, oh, this guy recorded here. I fucking hate that guy. I'm like, I don't know, he probably hates you too.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter to me. Like, at the end of the day, I fuck with everybody, because I try to give people. I made my studio so everybody can have an outlet, right? And guys can come there and you can make your music. Just because like I was always having a hard time getting studios to commit, so anyways, people all hate on each other, but at the end of the day, it comes down to competition, even though sometimes
but a great thing now is like, because I started that so early when other people weren't doing it, now that other people are starting to do it, I'm not even competition to them, because I'm like that much higher than them.
Oh yeah, you're a step ahead. You're pioneer. Pioneer, like you're in the ground floor is what they call it, right? You get in the ground floor.
Yeah, exactly. I got in early, like as soon as I seen like, I think somebody that's been super ahead of their time was Snoop Dogg when he started the GGN.
Yeah.
And I was like a rapper doing interviews. I was like, at the time I was a rapper, I was like, hey, like Snoop Dogg's doing it.
Snoop can do it. Eddie G can do it.
No, sure. I was like, how Snoop Dogg has always evolved and always been ahead of time and done shit. I was like, if Snoop Dogg's doing this right now, there might be something to this. And then I seen Be Real started one after that, and I seen a couple other rappers, like big rappers, doing it, and I was like, that might be something right there, like kind of like.
I think for definitely social media,
and now like tons of rappers are doing their. You got Joe Budden podcast. You got Drink Champs with Nori. You got a bunch of other rappers.
I think like it's good for the outlets, and I think what it is a lot of the rappers are doing it because when them as artists themselves, they see it. There isn't the outlets, like the outlet you give a lot of artists, like guys who are just starting out and they maybe just they're going to do their first show and they want to do an interview, or like they're just starting to come up and this is like their first time, because this is skills you need to develop as if you ever want to like become anything successful. You definitely have to have your media. You need to be comfortable in front of the camera. And even just doing it, I remember when I first did my first Eddie G interview, I was like, that shit's dope, because it's like something different you never did. It helps you grow. Anything that helps me grow, I appreciate that, and you like it. You know what I mean? That's what makes you better. And that's what helps you strive to get to the next level. And like, whether it's this, like I've seen you, like how serious you get about this, and how you're always saying, I got to figure out a way to make it to the next level, to the next step. You separate yourself from that guy that's here. And that's what it's all about. It's a competition, just like with the hip hop. You got to be the best. It doesn't mean you hate everybody else. It just means that you want to be better. That's the best way to be.
I think it's crazy when people look at like the people like in their city as a competition. Like I'll look at it as like other people that do podcasts. So like I'll look at like I'm a fan of the Joe Budden podcast, but I watch that and I see what I like from it, and I see what I don't like from it, and I learn from that, and I look at other interviewers. Like I look at like Angie Martinez, Sway. I looked at all the stuff they were doing over time, and I'm like, okay, I learned from them, and I see what I don't like from them, and they're all competition.
100%. That's
like how you gonna be the best basketball player now if you don't look at LeBron as competition?
Well, this is exact
right.
Like all these people that are the best in these fields. For one, they all watch each other, and for two, the people who are the best in their fields have generally been taught by somebody.
Yeah.
So like that's what's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? It's just like even with the sheet metal, the 10 life, it's apprenticeship. You know what I mean? Like I got a guy who comes works with me, and I show him how to do this. That's how he learns. That's how eventually I'm sure he's like, I'm gonna be better than him. Like whatever. But you got to learn and grow, and that's how you never stop growing. And
so do you think you're top 5 dead or alive Tin Man?
I'm not. Do I think I'm top? I do not think I'm top 5 dead or alive Tin Man.
Top 20.
20, I don't know. How many people are in the room, man? I don't know. I do love my job. I love how I work with my hands and everything, but I'm not.
There's other guys there. Do you feel like you're better than a lot of the competition?
I feel like there's a lot of politics, a lot more politics involved than I thought there would have been. In the sense of I've seen guys that I know I'm a better worker than, and I'm better like at my trade.
There's politics and everything.
Yeah, and they get so. At the end of the day, I just do me. But now where I'm at now, I got a really good position in that. I'm like the lead, like one of the lead hands in that. So now it doesn't matter if I think I'm the best or not. I gotta be the best. Be the best I can be. Anyways, be the best Ross. That's all I can do every day, bro. Is be the best Ross.
Okay.
And I don't want to be the best tinner. Fuck this. I don't want to be a bad legacy. I don't want my tombstone to say, "Oh, sheet metal and fucking." No, I don't want to do that. I don't want a galvanized tombstone. I don't want none of that. Like I want to be like remembered for just being like maybe touch people's lives, like, do something positive, whatever. But not that I like. Doctors can't save lives without hospitals, man. I got to build the hospital. You know?
Right,
so,
right.
Like, let's see you do heart surgery, no hospital.
Yeah.
You're welcome if you got your heart changed out. You know, like this. I just do my part. You know, I get in where I fit in. Like you said, it's like, yeah, I'd like to be the doctor making the millions, but I'll build a hospital. I know my spot because I know he needs it, and I'll let him be the front man. I know my place. I like working my hands. So,
like me, my work, like people need to get their laundry detergent.
They have to have it.
They have to have like clothes.
Yeah, but look at a bunch of homeless people walking around here. You know, thank God Eddie G's got me getting my Tide on.
Right.
That's fresh out the wash, bro. I even put those little scenty things in there. It looks
yeah.
Oh, bro. Yeah. I love it.
So you think Do you think Al Bundy is the best TV dad?
Oh my God, Al Bundy is by far superior. But I don't like. Oh my God, I love the Bundys. He's a legend. Like, not only is he the best dad, I don't know if you know this, but he is the best high school football player. 4 touchdowns in a single game. And like, have you did that? I don't know if I did that. Nobody, man. Poke high, bro. What's up? Like, Al Bundy is a legend for sure. I definitely love that show, and he is the best. He is.
So who do you think should go in the Hall of Fame first? Al Bundy or Tom
Al
Brady?
Bundy. That's Al Bundy already. Like, as soon as you said Al Bundy, everybody else doesn't even matter. I think they should
Tom
call
Brady,
the Hall
though?
of Fame. They should call the Hall of Fame Al Bundy and the other guys. That's what they should call the Hall of Fame. They should switch the name. No, Brady. I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't even.
You don't think he'll make the Hall of Fame?
Oh, he's definitely gonna make the Hall of Fame for sure. The guy's fucking.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT now, is what they're saying, right? But I don't know.
But like both in their prime, Al Bundy's taking them, man.
Oh man, like Bundy would have crushed him. Like if he had
For
a big.
For sure.
You know, he broke through Too Tall Jones to get this winning touchdown in a championship game, bro. Like, and then he scored Peggy. Like, this guy's a warrior. Bundy for life. I wish I could change my name to Bundy.
Yeah.
Ross Bundy. That sounds alright. Ross Bundy? Oh shit.
Yeah, it's definitely he's definitely top 5 football players and TV dads.
Oh, you know he's number 1 football. He's top 5 dads, but he's the best football player ever, bro. It's 4 touchdowns, Eddie. Poke high like this, right through, done. That's a legendary.
Another cut in, we back, fucking just killing shit, fucking. I just had to say, fucking my belly's fucking ready for some food.
Ooh.
Yo, where's the best place in Hamilton to eat?
The best place?
Yeah.
If you're like In-N-Out styles for a quick something good, I like the Huertes. That's one of my favorite spots. They have the pasta and stuff, and I'm in. I eat it up quick, and I'm out. But if you're talking like a bigger meal, I'm gonna say like I do a lot of like classic shit. Like I do Wimpy's or whatever, but the spot I've been on nightly has been like you talking like a fast food. I'd be talking like a Mary Brown's. But if you're talking just for like a restaurant, I'm trying to think of like a restaurant that's on like a chain that I would go.
I remember we got that Bella's pizza. That was phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, yes. I haven't had Bella's actually for a while. I've been back on my Highline game for a little bit now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like Highline pizza. It's pretty good too. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that because it's so close. I'm like 6 hours. I mean, no, but
Just a couple weeks ago, a buddy from work was like, "Hey, you want to go to Hamilton after work?" He's like, "Fucking." We hit up the Smokes Patisserie.
Oh yeah.
We hit up Smokes. That was really good.
I'm not a huge fan of that. I won't lie. I love poutine, but I've had that a couple times, and I feel more. I don't know if it was because it was the after the bar, and it wasn't like my after the bar food maybe, but I wasn't crazy about the gravy.
Really?
I didn't really like the gravy.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Well, I got the butter chicken one, so I had the butter chicken and stuff mixed in it.
Of course you did. Of course you did. You're like gravy. Can you put more gravy-ish and make it more gravier? Hey, like a butter chicken. Oh, maybe I need to try something like that in there because I just got like a standard.
You got the standard one?
Yeah, I'm like that though. I'm not taking too many risks when it comes to food.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't take too many.
See, like people at work look at me all the time. I'm like, yo, you should dip that in that.
No, I ain't doing that.
I'm all about like mixing like.
Nah.
Are you the person like on your plate you eat one thing at a time?
I'll eat stuff like
okay
together, but I won't get my peas and carrots and mix it into my mashed potatoes like my mom used to. I don't do that. I'm like,
what I do is like I put the mashed potatoes down first.
Yeah, see, I ain't doing it. That's shepherd's pie, Eddie. That's shepherd's pie. You should have made shepherd's pie then if you wanted shepherd's pie, man.
That shit's fire though. That's the best way to do it.
I don't do it like that. I appreciate the separate textures and that.
You know, it's awesome when you're having a steak and a little bit of the blood gets in your potatoes.
I love it.
Eh?
I'm okay
the blood gets
with that.
in your potatoes.
I'm okay with that.
That's pretty good.
I'm okay with that, but that's like I ain't trying to put like my steak in the potatoes or like. I like mashed potatoes though too. Oh man.
So
I'm getting hungry now.
Okay, so when do you think Gwen Stefani knew that this shit was gonna be this bananas?
This shit was gonna be this bananas?
Yeah, like later on in life, how shit has become so bananas.
Bananas? How you mean bananas? I don't get it.
Like this shit is bananas.
What shit is bananas?
Like everything in life.
You mean how the world's crazy?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
man.
do you think she knew that? Like, she said this shit is bananas, but like, did she know how bananas it was?
Do you think she predicted the bananaism that we are living in today?
I think so.
She might. Maybe she's was that a prophet? Is that what we're trying to say right now? That she might. There's no.
She's
doubt
like
Gwen is a prophet.
Yeah.
Is that what I say? Yeah. Maybe. I definitely feel like. Everybody's seen that the world's getting crazy, but I don't know if anybody was prepared for how crazy it's gonna get. Because even though I've been young, my mom's always been like, "This world's gonna be crazy," and that's why she's like, "I want to have kids if I was you. This world's crazy." And I don't think even my mom knew how bananas it's gonna be because the world is going crazy.
Oh yeah, since we talked about gravy, I gotta I gotta remember the one.
We gotta talk about buns because we talked about gravy.
No, like the one me might seen earlier. It was like a 400-pound girl or a 500-pound girl. And I was like, yo, when she squirts gravy. Is that like fucking? Would you be down?
Would I be down? That means that's a whole different meaning to the G spot when I start squirting gravy.
Right.
But hey, like
G for gravy?
Yeah. Does she cook French fries or what? What's gonna go with the gravy? And I'm
like that day I always switch up what the G stands for my name. But that day it'd be gravy for sure.
I actually seen that meme you posted, and by the looks of that girl, she probably has some cheese curds up in there too. And some gravies. You just need some French fries. You got a poutine.
You just bring the fries and you be like,
bring the fries, just stuff out and then let it heat up. And that's disgusting. I seen it. You can see how they enlarged her head too. Like it was like stretched her right out. She was very unattractive, that girl.
You know, it's also pretty gross. It's one of the last things I want to talk about is putting tobacco in your weed.
Oh shit!
I think that shit's gross.
Oh no, he did.
I think that shit's gross. Like,
I agree with you. This is what happened though. This is what happened. Is I'm not that in deny. What I do is you get you smoke a weed, and then you fucking put the tobacco in there, and then you get addicted to the tobacco. Is what happens, and that's what's happened to me. Is because I don't like it. Honestly, now I don't even like it.
Oh,
I've been trying to quit, but now it's hard to stop doing it because I'm addicted to the nicotine.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, you motherfucker, toxic. It's actually we were in Brantford at fucking Slack's house. I'll never forget this day. I almost fell out the fucking. I'm sitting there and we're brewing pails. This guy loads me up a
Speaking
pail.
of Slack, I want to get him on the show too.
Slack?
Yeah.
Actually, I want to see him and his band. They got a band now.
Yeah.
Space. I can't remember the exact name. Sorry, but I've been wanting to come out and see them. They've been doing it. That's who I originally started making music with. Was Slack and that. But so anyways, I was at his house. Me, him, and Toxic were working on a song, and then this guy packs me a bowl, and he was doing tobacco at that time, and I wasn't. And then he gets me. I'm like,
I did one of those too the first time without knowing.
In my head, so it's like I washed my body, and my soul left,
pissed.
and it's like I was like this. I fucking just fell over. I almost fell out the fucking window. Slack's apartment. To this day, if I said, all I remember is smelling two-stroke oil. That's what I remember. It's like I don't know, I was having a seizure. And that, to this day, if you say two-stroke oil in front of that guy, he'll fucking laugh his ass out. But now I'm addicted to tobacco, fucking asshole. So that's what I've been.
Okay.
I've been doing good with it. I've been doing good. Like today, I'm not smoking it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying. So, but yeah, I know I agree with you. I agree it's gross, but. Like my whole life, I hated people who smoke. I wouldn't I had nothing to do with it. I never would smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, I tried it when I was really young. I didn't like it. Yeah. I was like, I like this green stuff though.
Yeah, the green stuff's alright.
Yeah,
the green stuff's alright. But honestly, if I don't mix them together now, it's like I'll smoke way less. Just period. If I don't, it's more. That's how I know that it's because of the nicotine that I just smoke.
Yeah.
So it's become a problem for me. If you want to help, I'm gonna have a GoFund. Help Ross quit. Okay, just donate to me today. Help me stop my. No, I'm not getting no GoFunds, but that's something I need to do because I'm gonna kill myself. You guys are gonna be going to my funeral and be like, what? And then everybody will be like, oh, he was the illest rapper. He was the coolest. That's when you're not a threat. That's when they'll love you, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like, oh my God, Burns, he helped me so much. Oh yeah, I recorded my first song at Burns. But right now, everybody who I help out music, you think that
you helped out a lot of people.
Yeah, think how many people helped me, Eddie? Yeah. You helped me, Eddie. I guess how many people helped me.
But the difference,
short list.
The difference is like I tell people, I'm like, yo, I wouldn't be who I am without Burns' help. Like,
yeah, bro. We grew a lot together. I said, you helped me a lot too with just everything. It was awesome.
I let people know.
I miss that.
You know,
I miss that.
And yeah, like one thing I liked when the first person that actually kind of like messaged me and said, "Hey, you helped me grow my fan base," because a lot of people messaged me after an interview.
Yeah.
Was Tipsy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like he messaged me like maybe a couple days after the interview had come out.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, like people have been adding me, and I've been noticing like they're all like mutual friends of yours, and like some people have been like, yo, I watched your AGTV, and like I know that's happened for a ton of people, but like very few people tell me it, and it's like why like you know." It's scared to spread love?
Well, because everybody's so selfish and doesn't want to help anybody do anything.
Right.
Because if you help somebody, they might get one step ahead. But like you said, I help I help everybody who asks me for help with the music and that. And if I ask for like, hey, well, my life is tough, Ross. Like, you don't understand what I'm going through. Your life is easy, you just got to go to work all the time and you kill yourself and right. You have stuff, so it must be easy for you. So nobody, like, not many people help me either, but you definitely were one of the guys who always held me down. And like, we traveled lots, man. We slept in some weird places. We drank some shit.
Back when we used to be like fucking killing it.
Oh, we were so cool back then.
we were so cool back then.
That was cool, bro. I was like, shit. Oh man, I know if I could right now, I would take a picture of the old me and be like, this guy right here, he's doing stuff. Now I'm just sleeping on the couch. But. Yeah,
one difference I'm trying to make a comeback to where I was. One difference though, I remember, and you probably remember this. When I did the year when I said, okay, I'm gonna put out a video every Monday.
Yeah.
And how much work I put in that year, and like the way I was doing it, by the time like December came, I was like, "Fucking thank God, this shit's fucking getting."
You were at my house every weekend,
and I was like, man, I'm worn the fuck out. Like, I'm fucking up at work. I'm missing days. Like, I'm like fucking just super tired every fucking day. But now like I realize I can probably put in that same amount of work in a different way, smarter, and like realize what I did back then, and how I can move around. That's why I like
growth.
That's why I like doing the interviews here now. Like having to set up, it's a better quality mic. From hearing just the audio from the camera, it's all about evolving and working smarter and working
you're
smarter.
Comfortable here too. Like you could potentially have 3 guys come through and do an interview instead of before. I know you used to come to my house and be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go to this guy's house and then to that guy's house.
Yeah.
Like
go to this show.
Yeah, and then you were like chasing around the interviews because you were hungry and like you're doing your thing, you're getting all exposure. But sometimes like it's nice that people come to you too because this allows you to be that much more effective, like productive. Right. Because if you can have me and 2 other guys come here in one day and you don't have to travel nowhere, you can already be back editing before I'm gone home. Like, and there's a sense of before you used to be like filling up all your SD cards, gotta recharge my battery. Like I remember, and I'm watching you've been slept enough times on my couch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's what that's how we built our relationship, and we got stuff that lasts forever. Like when I die, my funeral, there's gonna be Eddie G footage playing in the background. Because we did so much shit and so much stuff that I'll remember forever. From music videos to interviews to just pictures to like just even nights when we didn't have the cameras out. It was great times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I miss it, so I'm looking forward to getting back on stage.
Yeah,
I'm very.
So tell the people where they can find you on social media, how they can book you for shows, how they can.
Facebook, I'm just Ross Burns. Not just Ross, but I'm fucking Ross Burns, baby. Mr. Burns. But on Instagram, I'm self-made. SELFEHDE. No, SELFMEHDE. I almost forgot it. You just got to change the A to an A. No, it is, baby. And on, what else do I got? Instagram. And then
you don't use your Twitter, eh?
I don't really use my Twitter. It's the same thing. It's self-made. But then I have Mr. Burns 905 on SoundCloud. But I don't really be on that. It's mostly Mr. Burns on YouTube 688. Burns 688 is where my stuff is at. But yeah, I got new stuff I'm working on, and I'm trying to get back into it. And I want to start doing some stand-up comedy. Is what I want to start really doing. I want to challenge myself in another way. So definitely, I'm looking forward to just getting back in doing entertainment side of things, I guess.
Entertainment, yeah.
Yeah, like, because I really, it's a high you can't, like.
That's why, like, I kind of label myself as, like, it was, like, as a rapper, and then I started doing interviews, and I started doing other things. It's like, I just look at, I'm an entertainer.
Yeah, for sure. You're entertaining people, and then and you're involved with guys who it's all in the entertainment. I mean, you perform at shows now. That's entertainment. People are coming to pay, watch you perform or whatever, watch you flop. Been there, done that. Hey, like, I'm actually looking really forward to my show. I got a show coming up. I think it's the 29th. I have to even check the date again, but it's Sam's in Hamilton, and it's gonna be crazy. There's battles and all that shit, and then I'm gonna murder the mic. Man. It's gonna be crazy. And Eddie G's gonna be there. I hope you can come by. We'll fucking do it like old times, bro. If not, I got a show in Brantford coming out too.
Okay.
In May, I think, something like that. With Kevin Spencer. He's doing a comedy hip hop tour thing, and I'm gonna be on that for the Brantford thing. I might even drop a couple jokes on there. Let's see. I don't know.
All right. And this is Eddie G TV. Make sure you subscribe and check out the No Condom podcast as well. And we killing the game. Boom. Eddie G. Mr.Burns.
No,
we out.